Hey everybody, welcome to How Do I Know You with your host Mark and Dwayne.
What up?
And today's topic is
There's a few in the news, some stuff that's on the tip of people's tongues. No pause. We all out here. I don't know, where do you want to go? There was this whole Mario Lopez thing. There's the whole the Capital One data breach thing. Also the Equifax. What was that? The little settlement
yeah.
thing they're trying to do. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to hit?
Let's start with that Mario Lopez thing. That was pretty interesting.
Let's go with the Mario Lopez. Let's go with AC Slater. For people, I feel like people, like, it's funny how a lot of people who either were born in the 80s or grew up in the 80s, they swear by Saved by the Bell. Then you get the people like us who are like,
Yeah, it's cool, but it's a really fucked up show. Have you seen that show? It's called like Zach Morris is the worst, something like that.
No.
And it basically breaks down the episode of how Zach Morris takes advantage of his friends, treats them really fucked up, and then is celebrated at the end for being like the best.
Was that like a YouTube
episode.
thing?
It was like a college humor thing, I think.
Oh. Probably a YouTube.
Yeah, something like that. But I was like, oh man, this does make sense. He is the fucking worst.
I just never got into the show. Like, I don't know. Because it was like something about that 80s acting that they were kind of too over the top with a lot of their stuff. So I just maybe not want to get too invested into the characters and everything like that.
It's only really unrelatable stuff, too.
Yeah, it's like I can't. Speed? Never seen Speed in my life. Man, I've seen a bunch of drugs.
The drug episode?
Yeah, freaking, what?
Some rich people drugs.
It was just, I don't know. Didn't get the show. Whatever. But, some people are going to be like, you don't like Saved by the Bell. No, I don't like Saved by the Bell. We Boy Meets World fans over here.
Yeah, it was
90s.
Way better.
Shout out to Topanga. Danielle Fisher? Danielle Fisher. Mm-hmm. Look, I know you grown now, and I know we a lot younger, but age ain't nothing but a number, girl. I want you to know that. Everyone heard last week's episode like, wait a minute,
you said Tiana.
Nah.
That was last week.
That was last week. Something different about that Topanga box.
First crush, really.
See,
what is she your first crush?
No, mine was Aaliyah. It was Aaliyah. Straight up and down. I saw Aaliyah and I was like, what's happening in my pants right now? But I like it. I was freaking like, Aaliyah was like, yeah, to me when I was a kid. And then
that's the first one you could remember.
Yeah, that was the first one. That I could definitely remember. And then because for me, I didn't watch Boy Meets World as it was going on. I think I caught on right when it went off the air because they would play it on Disney Channel.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I started to watch it there, I was maybe probably like 4th, 5th grade, or either 5th going into 6th grade when I started to like watch it, and then
yeah, I didn't start watching like maybe the reruns until like we were in high school, and then I caught all the old ones when they were kids and shit.
See, I might have just stopped. Like I paused because I thought about it. Also, the chick from Wonder Years.
Oh.
She might be number 2. So Wendy, it might go Aaliyah, Wendy, Topanga, and then
first of all, how dare you put Topanga so low on that list?
Well, because see,
3.
If we talking strictly 90s, it goes Aaliyah, Topanga. But if we're gonna add like a little bit, because I think Wonder Years is 90s. I want to say it is the super early 90s. But it talks about like the 60s. So, but I know that's one of my older sister's favorite shows, and she's an 80s kid. So that's why I'm kind of in the middle with that. But Wendy was up there because Wendy was bad, man. She was gonna get these strokes. Fuck.
These 75-year-old Dwayne strokes.
These 5-year-old pumps. Boy, you was gonna get on Wendy. Everyone's like, oh, okay. I like this episode. Turn this episode up. What is going on?
These 5-year-old strokes?
5-year-old strokes?
Wow.
What? But anyway, Mario Lopez. Mario Lopez was on Black Conservative. Is that a thing? Black Conservative or just conservative? She just conservative? Candace Owens?
Lopez?
No.
Oh, I was like,
Candace
what?
Owens. Is that a thing? 'Cause I
Black
think they're
conservatives,
trying to
yeah.
make that a thing. Black conservatives.
I think it is a thing.
Well,
Because they want to highlight
that
they
she's
are.
black.
Yeah.
Black conservative Candace Owens. I guess he was on her show, and they were talking about the. I'm gonna start quoting people verbatim, because don't blame us for these takes, folks.
It's the research we do.
It's the research we do
For you.
We're actually gonna do another quote verbatim. I think the last time we did this was a previous episode, a couple episodes
Like
ago.
a free ASAP episode.
Yeah, that episode we did the verbatim. We're starting this now. Actually, I do this in my real life. Anytime I make a point to someone, I make a point to what they said, I will just go, okay, they said this verbatim, and I'll pull out my phone and read the text and be like, see, like, so you don't think I'm crazy. This is what was said.
He pulls out the receipts.
I pull out the receipts. So it pretty much, this is from Yahoo Lifestyle. So this is from Yahoo. It says, during the 40-minute interview, Owens brought up the weird trend in Hollywood that has celebrities like Charlize Theron taking cues from their children as to how they identify. In April, the long-shot actress revealed that her 7-year-old child, Jackson, did not identify as a boy. Yes, I thought she was a boy too, Theron told the Daily Mail, until she looked up at me when she was 3 years old and said, I'm not a boy. Owens told the new Access Hollywood host, a lot of weird trends come out of Hollywood, and one of the weirder ones for me is this new trend where celebrities are coming out. And I know Charlize Theron did this a few weeks ago. She's saying that their child is picking their gender. And this is strange to me. And they say, oh, I looked at my child and my child was swimming in a bathtub. And looked up and said, Mommy, I'm a boy. And that's weird. Owens added that her experience as a nanny has convinced her that children don't always mean what they say. Explaining, I'm trying to understand this new Hollywood mentality where they just think their children now have the mental authority. That's where she ended that quote. That's okay.
Smooth transition.
I like it. But so now let's go to Lopez. It says, Lopez responded, I'm kind of blown away too. Look, I'm never one to tell anyone how to parent their kids, obviously. And I think if you come from a place of love, you really can't go wrong. But at the same time, my God, if you're 3 years old and you're saying you're feeling a certain way, or you think you're a boy or a girl, whatever the case may be, I just think it's dangerous as a parent to make the determination then. Well, okay, then you're going to be a boy or a girl, whatever the case may be. It's sort of alarming, and my gosh, I just think about the repercussions later on. He added, when you're a kid, you don't know anything about sexuality yet. You're just a kid. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. But Twitter went on, I guess. I don't know when this interview came out. I guess it was a couple days ago, but I guess they just found it. And some Twitter people went off, and Yahoo also has some Twitter receipts from. It's just funny because I'm gonna get into this in a second, but the people they chose to like highlight in this. So someone's screen or someone's Avi name is None Ya Business, and then it's at 100-point truth teller, no avatar. So for
no
old,
profile pic.
Yeah, for old Twitter people, it's like basically if you guys remember the egg, but it's not the egg. It's just like now it's just like a hollowed out
person.
Yeah. So None Ya Business says Mario Lopez should mind his business and worry about his own children. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions, even wrong ones. But criticizing someone's parenting publicly crosses a line. If a child isn't being abused, observe quietly. The next person woke up like this at FTWTMPS. Yep. These are the people we choose to highlight.
Well, these are the people that fit what our narrative.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Sorry, Mr. Dwayne.
Sorry, Daddy. Sorry, Daddy Dwayne. I'll never do it again.
Am I doing my 5-year-old strokes right?
I was going to get there. And Topanga was bad. Wendy, too.
Let's put them together. Let's put a
you know what?
sandwich.
I want to have a threesome with Topanga and Wendy.
It's about to get real freaky.
It's about to get real freaky in here. Because I don't see nothing wrong. Where the yo bumping one?
Oh no!
Shout out to Ali. Going to hell. All right.
Brought them all together. How'd you do it? They said it couldn't been done.
Couldn't have been done. Damn, what if R. Kelly hit Wendy, Topanga, and Aaliyah?
You know what, man? It's probably gonna come out one day.
Hey, I know, man. Look,
and it's gonna be really
Jeff
sad.
Epstein, he know the truth. That's why he's trying to kill his ass.
Someone just sent me an article that he wanted to like impregnate 20 women at the same time, like, and have them all on his baby ranch.
R. Kelly or Jeffrey Epstein?
Jeffrey Epstein. I was like, what the fuck?
And
What
then,
kind of freak is this?
and then grow the kids to fuck them.
Oh
Genius.
my god, that's like a farm.
Genius.
Oh yeah, a ranch and then
Yeah,
that's a
see,
farm.
that-
I get it.
see,
Yeah, it all fits, man. It all
This
fits.
nigga needs to die. All right, back to what we were saying. So Woke Up Like This says, at Trans Equality, Candace Owens and Mario Lopez are spreading idiocy on the PragerU social channel about trans kids. I posted 3 replies, but wanted to make sure this is on your radar too. And it says, when 2 people who know nothing about their subject matter can make a video highlighting their ignorance and share it with millions around the world, this simplistic, shallow portrayal of trans kids and their parents, it only shows that first part of the quote, doesn't show the second part.
Okay.
All right, Yahoo, cool, thanks.
This is like, I mean, I could see the general responses is all the same. So, first,
Wait. Let me
Sorry.
read the last one. Last one's my favorite. There's actually one more, but the other one is something stupid. It just says Mario Lopez or AC Slater from Saved by the Bell is canceled, which is who cares? Because no one gets canceled. That's stupid.
Yeah.
And then this one from Mr. Barkley, and it has a picture of like basically it's like an anime or a drawing of like some old guy. It says, "Good luck." Good work. Good luck getting work now, Mario. Interview with Candace in questioning the trans dogma. Mario Lopez says letting kids live as preferred gender is dangerous. He didn't say that at all. But anyway,
that's what you heard.
That was my favorite one. So let's get to it.
All right, first, what do you think of what he said?
What do I think of what he said?
Yeah.
I think he made, which is funny, he made a very PC ass statement. And he was very careful to like tiptoe around saying anything disrespectful, and still got called disrespectful. Just because.
Based on the way you were saying the like his responses, there was like that little like tone of like, you know, it's like a tone of like judgment. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
To me, yeah. When you're reading, I was just like, I get why what people could be like, oh right there. That's where he's like saying something like he's really trying to say this, but he's gonna be polite about it.
See, okay, my question to you then: what exactly is he judging? Is he judging? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna throw it. What is he judging from like what I read?
He basically like the way it was read. I think he's trying to judge it without judging it. Basically saying like, I'm not gonna do that. I think he didn't say it, but like I think that's wrong. To let a 3-year-old decide for themselves, like what gender they are, when they don't know anything about the world.
Okay, so let's keep it there then. If he's talking about that, and we're gonna stay on that course for this right now. If he's talking about that, and he's not said anything about it's wrong to be trans or anything like that. If we're just talking about that,
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to paint like, because it's hard to have like these debates, or just like to share an opinion about stuff like this, because people just don't listen, and like the people who are gonna watch this or gonna listen to this back on the podcast are gonna just take little parts that they hear from me or you, and they're gonna latch onto it and go fucking ape shit. Which is
and just like what I'm doing right now, like based on like tone,
right.
What you could say, I could take it as something the opposite.
Right.
Which is
because like tone and all that shit, that's all. At the end of the day, it's all your perception of what the fuck, you know. It's how you interpret whatever you're hearing or whatever you're reading, right? So let's just stay with the whole thing of the child is 3. Would you say? Is there some validity to his like thought process?
that kids don't always like kind of say what they mean and they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, at that age. I'm not talking about because people like to use the they like to use the word kids to like try to not put an age to it, because
Right.
a kid is really basically until you're an adult. So that can be you could be a kid from 1 to 17. Like, and some people consider kids still kids when they're 18 to whatever. So,
True.
let's just say a 3-year-old.
A 3-year-old, yeah, I agree with what he said. Like, sometimes they just say random shit. They just say, yeah.
Like, and I guess
Unless they're like adamant about it,
right.
then it's just like okay, because maybe like Charlie Theron's a kid was really adamant, was just like nah, I'm a girl.
Right, which is again to me, if I hear that, I'm still gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna be inclined to be like, I don't really think so, because the kid is 3.
Yeah.
But if there's those cases where it's like, no, this kid definitely knows, and like for some reason this kid at 3 years old is like very advanced for his age, and it's like, no, I'm this, I'm whatever. By all means, man, do what you want. You know, it's your child and everything like that. Go ahead. But I side with him when it comes to this, because I'm like, they're 3, and I feel like the way that people like kind of latch onto this stuff.
Yeah.
And like I said, now here comes the part people are gonna latch onto this shit I'm about to say, which is whatever. You have to make extremes to this type of stuff to get like a point across, right? So basically, the people who are complaining about this, which is, and I don't want to say it's like the trans community, because I don't think they are, honestly. Right? I don't know who is, but the people who are complaining about this on social media and stuff, my question, like, they keep raising the whole fact that, you know, if a child says at that age that they are, we're supposed to respect them and let them choose whatever. It's like, okay, cool. So then let's just take random other stuff that's been in society forever, right? So we all know that if a kid does something as a child, commits a crime or whatever, they're not going to go to jail, because we have this whole thought process that they're kids. They don't know what they're doing, right? Yeah. So we can't put like an 8-year-old kid in like adult jail. That would be insane and everything like that. And also, it's a kid. You don't know, right? So at this point, you know, if let's just say, which I mean, it's funny because stuff like this has happened before. But let's just say there's a terrible parent that leaves a firearm out in their house, and the kid plays with the gun, picks it up, accidentally shoots his dad in the face. Dad dies and everything like that. For some reason, I don't know why they would do this, but the officers question the kid, and they say, "Well, why'd you do that? What's going on?" And he said, "Daddy had to die."
Holy shit!
Like, Daddy must die, or something weird like that, right? Something just wild, right? At that point, with this logic, does that mean that that kid should be convicted? Like, would you convict that kid if, you know, the kid says a statement like that and then this just happened?
Well, with this logic, like, you have to respect what they say, and
right.
what they say is, and yeah, you don't have to arrest them. Like, it's a confession.
So then that's where I look at stuff like this, and I'm like, okay, so why do we take stuff that happens in the society? Because this is why
I also want to say, like, it's hard to, because, like, if they say they're a girl, and they go like, yay, okay, yeah, you're a girl, you go, yay, that's your positive reinforcement, right?
Right.
So growing up, if they keep doing that, all they have to do is, like, I say this,
and then I get that response.
Right. So there's really truly no way, because you'd have to be like very scientific, very like lab about it, of like, okay, you say you're a girl, cool. And then you don't give like no positive, no negative reinforcement. You just kind of see what happens like next year, what they say.
But see, and I feel like what you're saying is how parenting was.
No, before that, I mean, like, if a boy said like, "Oh, I'm a girl," before they would just be like, "No, you're not. You're a boy." It's basically like kind of the opposite. It's like we have to go to the extremes before we find like the middle common ground. Right. Like, okay, this is probably the way to do it.
Right. Okay. So, all right, then let me rephrase. I feel like that's like where parenting should be if this plane doesn't.
Well, yeah. If it should be like lab setting. It's hard because it's your kid and you love them. It's like anything they do, it's like, yay, like, that's awesome.
Right, but everything. You should be like, okay. Yeah. And let them go from there to see if this is a real thing, right?
Yeah.
So, my question is there... Because now I don't agree with Candace Owens because I feel like she was trying to make.
She made it seem like these Hollywood weirdos, right?
Right.
You're with me, right? This weird
Right.
trend.
Like,
It's not a trend. It's just like a style of parenting that people need to try out. You know?
See, and that's where I don't agree with her because I don't feel like Hollywood is making that style of parenting a trend or whatever. That's just like you said. That's just a style. Mm-hmm. But what I do feel like is a trend is kind of what she highlighted earlier before she said all that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Which is the whole. I feel like it's a trend now, and you see a lot on social media. You see a whole bunch of things where it's like people try to. I don't even know how to say this without sounding like insane, but I feel like people go out of their way to be like super tolerant of things that I feel like they don't even understand.
Well, isn't it safer to be tolerant of something you understand, like kind of?
Right. See, this is what I said. It's crazy. It's gonna sound hard without trying to make me sound like insane. But I guess what I'm saying is, because I feel like she was going down that path and then just took a hard right because she's a right winger. See what I did there, guys? Come on, stay with me.
Come on,
stay with me, guys. Guys, hop on the bus, please. Tap your card. But go ahead.
I get what you're saying, but it's hard because it's like
because the lines are blurred now.
The whole tolerant of like, because I read this thing the other day. It was just like there's like a tolerance paradox, which basically like if you are tolerant of those who are intolerant, like the more time progresses, the intolerant will take over, and everything will just be fucked.
Right.
So what like the thing to do is you have to be, if you're a tolerant society, you have to like be intolerant of those intolerant motherfuckers to like shut them up,
right,
and be tolerant to everyone else. So it's like it's fucking. That's complex as fuck. Like I don't know if anyone followed what I just said right now.
But a 3-year-old.
Yeah, the 3-year-old has to
knows what's going on.
Yeah.
But I guess when I say like a trend is I'm trying to like paint like or give an example somewhat, right? So I feel like okay, prime example. Let's use politics and shit like that, right?
Okay.
Completely staying away from sexuality right now. Let's use politics. Right now, it seems it's very trendy to completely be like a left winger, right? It's being looked at as like if you're a person who agrees, or if you're like on the left side, you are more tolerant, you like are more respectful, you care about people and all this shit, right?
That is the ideal image.
Right. That's the image that I feel like is being portrayed the most, right?
Well, yeah, that's what they want.
Right. That's what they want, right? And I feel like it's a big trend because now they're adding even more. It's like if you're not with us, I mean, you like Trump.
Yeah.
And you like people like Trump and everything like that. So now you have all these celebrities and stuff going out of their way when I feel like they weren't super vocal about shit like this. Now they're going out of their way to say like just shit, right? Which is again, it's fine. Yeah. You have the right to freedom of speech and everything like that.
Right.
But my thing is, to me, I look at everything now as like, okay, now we have to decipher what's genuine and what the fuck is not genuine. Because now it seems like people will just latch on to whatever just to get that popularity, get that buzz and everything like that. For example, for the last 5 years now, Tyler the Creator has been saying that he's gay. Mm-hmm. However, there's been I don't think there's been any real which is I guess that's weird anyway. But
solid proof.
Yes, there's been no solid proof of him being gay, right? And a lot of people are saying that they feel like he's trolling.
Yeah.
And if you see interviews and stuff, he does troll a lot with it, everything like that, right? But logically, when you look at something like that, before he said he was gay, he was popular, right? But since he's come out, quote unquote, as gay, his popularity has skyrocketed. And now it's like he can do no wrong, right?
Yeah.
So then you look at that as like a pros and cons thing, and it's like, okay, there was a benefit to it, right? And whether if it's true or not, there was a benefit to it with him doing that. So then I look at everything like, okay, are they being for real, or are they just doing this because now this is what you're supposed to do? Because I think it's very hard now to look at something and be like, no, I don't agree with this at all. Like, there's only like a handful of people who I know who don't agree with the Me Too movement. Not even, and it's for good reasons. It's like, we can't say all men are pieces of shit because of these men did these things and everything like that. We have to look at it like a case by case basis, because that's what it is. Like, you can't call me a piece of shit just because XYZ person raped this girl and everything like that. So that means that now I have to succumb to these things that I have no idea even existed. But now that they existed, of course, like, I'm going to learn from them and things like that. But now you're telling me that also I'm like a part of the problem because I'm like them. So like, you're lumping us in together when we shouldn't be lumped in together and things like that, right? There's that side that feels that way.
I just feel like at its core, this like this style of parenting, at its core, it's for lack of a better word, like good. Like, it comes from a good place. Being like, yeah, man, maybe my kid should just like, if he says that's what he is, and like, we're gonna nurture that. And maybe that's what people need, instead of being told what this is what you're supposed to be at like such a young age. So I get at its core, I think it's like, it comes from like a really good place. I don't think anyone's doing it to like harm their child. Mm-hmm. But then it just gets more complex, because like you see like, it's a whole like thing, right? Like, it's a movie trope of like the coming to age as a teenager and like realizing who you're gonna be. It's just like, right, it's confusing as fuck to be a kid in the first place. So why would a 3-year-old have it figured out? So like,
just
right. And this again, we're excluding the kids that are like, oh no, okay, they definitely like, it's very, very fucking apparent,
right?
But like, for most people, the average, being a kid is confusing as fuck. So I mean, then fuck, I think I'm just proving the Charlize Theron thing, because if it is confusing as fuck, shouldn't they just be like, I'm this today? Shouldn't they just be able to be like, yeah, I'm this today, and then you should be like, okay, that's cool, like, you're that today, and then tomorrow they'll be like, okay, I think I'm this, actually. So,
well,
right,
see, cool. Here's the thing, right? This goes back to my whole thing of, like, how it can be perceived as trendy and things like that, because what is something that would make someone like a Charlize Theron or whoever, right? Uh-huh. What is someone in that realm or anything like that, or especially anyone today, what makes them look even better if they're like,
you're saying it's something to like, for marketing, like, to be looked at.
Yeah,
like they don't really believe it. They need the people to believe.
Right, or even if they, let's say that they do believe it, but let's say it's coming from a place of, oh my God, I'm so good at like my parenting that I just nurtured my kid to being like, I'm that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it comes from more, like, I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying like there is situations when I feel like, especially in the entertainment world, where it comes from a lot of that. It's not, I don't feel like it's genuine. I feel like it's very smug. And it's very like, cause it comes off as, especially when you hear a lot of these actors and actresses talk, it's very smug. It's very like, how dare you? Do you know? And everything like that. And it's like, okay, nigga, when the last time you been in the real world? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it comes from that perspective of like, because, I've been here and I've been there. Have you seen these kids? Like, no, I don't have the money to do that. Thank you for rubbing that in my face and everything like that, right? So it comes off for people, and this is kind of how it goes back to how Trump won the election, or at least he said he won the election, right? It goes back from that, because you have a whole bunch of people who you can't relate to telling you that you're wrong for feeling a certain type of way. But they're saying it in a way that's like, you're wrong because you're stupid. But we're not stupid because we're up here.
Right, like a thing that starts off like as a really good place takes like a really right turn.
Exactly.
I was thinking, because when you were talking about that, I was thinking about PETA. Mm-hmm. And like, exactly. At its core, it's just like, it's like such a good idea. Like, they want to rescue animals, protect animals, shit like that. But then any little thing that involves like a slight or something that could
They
be
jump out the
perceived
window.
as a slight.
They jump out the window.
Yeah, and like they go fucking crazy on people, and then everyone starts hating on Peter because it's like shut the fuck up, like
Right.
you're like one of the worst of them all. Like your kill rate is like twice the national average and shit like that and whatever. So yeah, I get it, but do you blame like those kind of people for like the like what it really stands for?
See,
like what they're really trying to do for the kid?
I don't blame I don't blame like the whole LGBTQ community because I know they're coming from a place of like we just want a piece of the pie and we want to be respected and we want to be left the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Which is like that's fine, that's awesome, right? That's cool. I get really defensive when it comes because I feel like I've said before on this podcast millions of times, I feel like there's now a like concentrated effort to basically like if you don't agree with this, then
What do you call that then?
what?
Like if you're not, what is it? If you're not with us, you're against us kind of mentality. Because that's what it basically. That's really what you're saying. Like
Right.
it's like I hate that too. It's just like you can't say one
Thing.
even negative, like not even negative, like critique.
Yeah, and I don't know what it's called exactly. Someone
Yeah, because I feel like
out
it's
there
even
is gonna-
dangerous to go like, hey, I don't really understand. Like it has like whatever form that takes, they might whatever to say like really wrong, whatever. But
Right.
it still like comes from a place like I don't really understand. Gets met with like a. Like I can't believe you.
Right,
I can't believe you don't understand. I'm
and
like,
it's funny because like when you take and I feel like people a lot I'm gonna be blunt, a lot of you guys who listen to this shit, all you guys who listen to this, you don't know us, right? You don't know us at all. Like we've known each other for 20 plus years now, so I know how he thinks, he knows how I think, right? A lot of the things that we say, I feel like people think because, like I said, they just take the first sentence or whatever they hear, they want to grab onto. They think that they know us. All right, we say something that's like, "Oh, you know, you're like this. I can tell. You sound just like my ex-boyfriend. You sound just like
you yell at your co-host. You're yelling at your wife.
yeah. Oh yeah. Like for people for like so all the little hot take jokes me and Mark do and everything like that, and I've done a couple where like I get mad and like I'll storm off or I'll yell at Mark and everything like that. Someone literally DM'd us. Was it a DM or was it a message?
Either way.
Whatever, right? But someone messaged the Instagram and said, which it was clearly a joke, right? Because first of all, why would I scream at Mark and then Mark put it in?
Yeah.
Why? Like, but
I feel like shit, but it's funny.
but gonna put it in as you cry. As you
Yeah,
edit.
I gotta bury these emotions.
Like, because we're doing it for the views, guys. But someone messaged and they were like, pretty much like, oh my God, does Dwayne yell at his fiance like that? And it wasn't a joke. They were serious. And I was like, okay, one, are you stupid? Two, do you not have the mental capacity to see this is a clear joke? Like,
to make that connection is really weird.
it's really weird. But then I have to look at it from a place. I'm like, oh wait. It's not about me. It's how they look at people like me.
Yeah.
And then they're just gonna now try to push that upon me because how they feel about whoever the fuck or you know
how much people don't do that though.
Huh?
You know how much people don't do that though.
Oh,
Like at the end of the day, like really, people would probably go as far as just like fuck this person for doing this.
Right.
They would never go like the extra step of like, why is this person saying this to
Right.
me in the first place?
Right. And like I get it. They're still dumb. But I get it, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, you're still dumb, but it's fine, whatever, right? And that's the thing that I feel like with stuff like this is the hard part because, like I said, the LGBTQ community, all fine, all dandy and cool. I get what you guys are coming from, but then when you have people who I feel like they do that type of thing where it's like, oh, you don't agree? You don't agree? You're dumb. You don't agree? Oh, what? You're a racist? You don't agree? Whatever. This is just
smug episode.
Yeah,
that's fucking smug.
It's so smug, and this is just my thought process on things, right? I've said this millions of times on this podcast. I'll say it again. I do not care if you're racist. I really don't care. What I care about are two things. If you're racist, A, be honest, all right? And B, I would hope that you don't plan on hurting anyone that you don't like. That's the only thing I care about, all right? So that means don't go do some weirdo-ass hate crimes. Don't go fucking...
Keep it to words.
Yeah, keep it to words, all right? Like, if you don't like someone, say that shit to their face, or better yet, if you don't like someone, keep that shit to yourself and remove yourself from a situation, right? Cool. You can be as racist as fuck. I don't care, right? That's fine. It's your right. Do what you want to do, right? But at the end of the day, what I'm not going to tolerate is people, which is what happens, which is why a lot of people don't like the left and things like that, because that's what happens. A lot of people consider the left as people who complain when shit happens to them, but then they'll just basically rescind the same type of energy, but then expect people to just take it. And it's like, that doesn't work that way. That doesn't work that way. Like, you can, you can shit on Trump all day. That's cool and everything like that. But when Trump says some shit that is like, okay, yeah, that's a natural response and everything like that, and then you cry and bitch about it, all right, then it's looked at. That's why people are like, shut up. Like, you just did the same thing. You did the same thing. Like,
I feel like both sides do that. It's just whoever gets it at the time.
Right, but I'm saying, like, I know they both do it, but I'm saying this is why people call like the left like snowflakes and shit like that, because they,
even though both people are being snowflakes,
even though they both do it, but it's just like,
yeah,
like one is known for doing it, which is the right. The left's supposed to be more tolerant, right? They're supposed to be able to turn the other cheek and whatever. But then they do the same shit, and it's like, okay, now you're being like us, so then you're being sensitive too, and things like that. That's the whole point of it, right? But anyway, that's the whole politics issue and everything. One day we'll have a politics discussion on here. One day, when people won't get all butthurt.
I feel like it's the smugness that people get. It's the smugness that really rubs people the wrong way. Like, because you can read that article and you can read it from a point of view like, man, these smug motherfuckers, they keep calling it a weird trend.
Right.
This guy is saying like, oh, like, I won't judge any parent, but I wouldn't do that. It's just like, it comes off as like, I think they're both just being smug to each other.
That's the. I feel
and
like,
then it's just gonna keep going.
I feel like that's the key with all this shit. That's the. I feel like that's why none of it, like, it's always met with so much hostility.
Yeah.
Is because the people who choose to like back it, and maybe, like I said, maybe the original people in it, their whole purpose isn't to be smug. They're really trying to bring awareness, right?
Yeah.
But then what happens is other people latch onto it, and then it's looked at as like, all right, fuck this person. This person's a piece of shit. I'm not gonna listen to them. Like,
yeah, and just because they're smug, and that's it.
That's
like,
it. That's
they probably could agree with the core value and be like, you know what? Nah, fuck that.
Because this dude's a dick and everything like. And then I look at something like, let's take Nipsey Hussle's death. Right, there was so much love afterwards, and so much like outpouring of emotions and things like that. Right, and then it went from a lot of love to now people are questioning if the love was genuine from people, because now certain people just kept posting things like that and kept, using his name and everything like that, and people were like, oh, like, so some people found out that people were clout chasing using his death, which was like,
what?
That happens.
That's crazy.
But it was like, yeah, but to me, I still thought, I was like, damn, it's still weird, because even to have, like, I'm hurt by it, and I just respect his music and his grind and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, damn. In that moment in time, A, that dude's a weirdo for clout chasing, but B, are you even weirder because you're noticing it? You know what I mean?
Oh, like you're looking for it.
Yeah, it's like, why are you looking for it? It's like, and that's kind of how I feel like with a lot of this stuff. I just feel like, this is a weird article to me, because it's like, he didn't say anything that was inflammatory in his article. He literally was asked a question. He didn't bring it up.
Yeah.
He was asked a question.
This is like the same thing. I remember when they asked Tracy Morgan about like whatever, and he was just
that was different.
Yeah, but like I feel it's the same way, because he was just like, it's basically the same thing of like, I respect what people do,
right?
But if it happened to me, this is like how I would handle it,
right.
And it's just like, you can't judge somebody because like they're trying to be honest with you of like, hey, I think that this is what I would do,
and he got murdered for that.
And I was like, that's fucked up for like someone trying to be honest and like open.
Yeah. And a lot of people murdered him because I think the thing that they got mad at, because he said he would kill his son. I think that was the thing that people.
Comedian.
Yeah, using the extremes. He said he would kill his son if his son told him that he was gay, right? And they, Tracy had to do a lot. Tracy, I think, he had a hard time coming back from that. Like, it took him a while to come back from that, because people were just like, nah, whatever. And to me, I felt the same way about it. I was like, he was asked that question. It wasn't like he just went on stage and was like, you know what? I would kill my son. Like, he didn't say that. He was asked the question and gave a real response. But then a lot of people just didn't like the response. And it's like,
clearly a joke, though.
Yeah, but
it's coming from that person.
Exactly. But like, my whole thing is like, okay, if I don't know Mark, I say, hey, Mark, you like ranch? You go, fuck no. Does that mean like I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I hate your ass. You don't like. I was like, okay, you don't like ranch. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's what people they want everyone to be like how their mind is, and that it doesn't work that way. Like nothing works that way. But
Because the only person I in that article that was just like very neutral was the Charlie when they were talking about Charlize Theron.
yeah,
It seemed like she was just like, yeah, I mean, I thought she was one too, but then like whatever.
Right.
And I think she's like, because she's not pushing on nobody, she's not whatever. She's just like, this is what happened.
yeah.
This is how I'm handling it. Like she didn't do the thing of like, well, I wouldn't like, and then this and that, which is why like, I think that's what they're latching on to.
Let's kind of leave from this right now and let's go
Bye
back.
this topic.
No, we're still on the topic. But we're gonna leave from is he wrong or not wrong for his statements. Let's go back to the whole. Now let's go back to the sexuality. Do you think? You said earlier like at 3 how you would handle that. So do you?
Yeah.
What age do you think you would be appropriate or would be appropriate for you for your child to be like, you know what? Dad, I'm this, and you'd be like, okay. What age for you would that
Like that reaction of like, okay,
would that make some sense to you?
Honestly, I'd be at 3. At 3, if they were like this, if they were like, I'm this, I'd be like, okay, cool.
No, not
Do you?
no. I'm talking about
Now leave me alone.
no, but
Working, all right.
because you said that earlier, but then you said that you would be like, okay, but then you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna let them, like
Yeah, I mean, I do my best to like keep it neutral and like not do the whole like positive or negative reinforcement.
right.
I just do what they like. If they want, like if we're going like shopping for clothes and like I want this and it happens to be a dress, I'll be like, all right, let's do it.
Right, but see, that's going back to they have to pretty much announce it, like oh,
Yeah.
I want this, right? So I guess I'm saying, at what age would it be like if you got the same response? Would it be like okay, and then you'd move forward and then start pretty much appeasing them?
Appeasing them?
Like if you have a son come and say, he said, Dad, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl. So then when it comes to school shopping, do you buy him all girl clothes now and everything? I'm saying,
it wouldn't just be like. It wouldn't just be like an okay. Okay, I think like at around 3, I would just be like okay, but then like when they got older, maybe around 6 or 7, I'd have to talk. I'd be talking. I'd be like, "What do you mean by this?" Because I think by that point they could, like, if you raise your kid to be like a communicator, then you could talk to them and have that conversation, and they could like come to you with some real facts of like why they feel this way and whatever.
Right.
At that age, and I feel like if they're confident, and I don't think they're doing it just to get attention or something, or whatever for whatever reason, I'd be like, all right, let's do this. I mean, if you're willing to do this and like go to public school and like look this way and whatever, and you're like, so I am, I'd be like, all right, I'm behind you.
Okay, so then for
to
you,
be that confident,
For you, I guess I'd say the age would have to be 7 for you to be like, okay, we're gonna move forward with this.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's old enough.
Okay, like, cause that's I guess my next thing with all this stuff. I'm like, what do people consider like a good age for any of this stuff?
I mean, it's for you to guess because like not every kid develops like at the same rate, right? Like,
right.
So it's for you to it's I mean it's really up to the parents, but like I really hope that you don't create complexes for them about their self-image.
Right, and
if they're very adamant about it, like even if they're not, like if they're like I'm pretty sure I'm a girl, and then you keep telling them like no you're a boy, and then it's gonna create like a complex of like I'm wrong for feeling this way, and then they grow up really fucked up.
But see, that goes back to the thing that we kind of I tried to talk about like a long time ago on a podcast we did.
Yeah.
I said that I feel like when it came to the media, they were trying to make an effort to like really push these certain narratives and stuff like that, right? And it's like, okay, if I'm trying to be as neutral as possible for my child, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to give any like, hey, do it this way, do it that way, right? I'm trying to stay down the middle with everything, right? But if I let my kid watch whatever, right? And then there's a lot of television that's like focused or centered around a certain specific thing, at that point, see, I have two options. I can do the whole, I'm not going to show you this, but then some people will look at that like that's wrong because why are you censoring this? Or I can do the whole, okay, I'm going to show you this, but then now it's like we get into the realm of like now I have to then talk about it. But like you said, you'd have that conversation at 7. You want to sit down and have that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, like at 3, if they're saying like I'm a girl and I want to wear this to dress, I'd be like, okay, let's do it. Like you're fucking 3, who cares?
Right. So I guess let's take the like I'm a whatever.
Yeah.
Out. Let's just take that out. So let's just go to then it's just a kid, right? So going back to everything I'm saying, right? How would a parent maneuver in a world or like because basically I'm talking about today. Like there's a lot of things that are centered around
You're saying
certain
like
type
how
of
would you
narratives.
explain to the world when like someone asks you?
No, not the world. I'm saying like how should, and this is going to be very funny because we both don't have kids.
Yeah.
But it's like how should basically someone parent in today's world when there's everything pretty much has a narrative behind it.
Yeah.
Everything from whether it's on television to music and everything, there's a narrative behind damn near everything, right? So it's like, how can you maneuver a child through this world without them being influenced by something?
Well, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Because then if they weren't influenced by anything, they grow up to be like a fucking weirdo.
Right.
To like in the truest sense.
Right.
Because they don't like know what to do with anything, you know, like.
See, and that's
to me, like at the end of the day, I was trying to think about an answer while you were talking. Do whatever you want. Raise your kid however you fucking want. I would just hope that like you would recognize like the fucked up things that happened to you while you were getting raised, and like try to maneuver away from that. Find balance, not to the extreme.
right.
You know what I mean? And I mean by someone that was just like they grew up and there was like a very tight leash. Like you couldn't do nothing. You have to follow these strict ass rules, and then when you have kids, you're like, you know what? No rules, just do whatever the fuck you want, and blah blah blah. It's like no, there has to be a balance, like
Right.
because both ways are wrong.
See, and this is where, because you just said like raise your child however you want to raise
Yeah,
them.
I mean,
but,
because there's always negatives too. Like, what if like racists are raising their kid to be racist? It's like, well, that sucks, but at the end of the day, that's their kid,
right?
Like
and see, now this is gonna sound crazy, but see, that's how. Like,
yeah.
It sucks to say it that way, but that's how I feel because it is their kid. But then I also feel like on the other hand too, it's like, but like your parents are wrong though, like because they shouldn't do that. Like they shouldn't create this reality for you. But it's what they're doing, and it technically is kind of their right because they're your parents, right? They raised you, right? And that's where we get into this whole thing because I'm like, okay, if you let's take a racist away.
I like how you put it. How much do you shape your child's reality?
Yeah, because that's basically all that happens. It's what you do, right? And the thing, like I said, you have some parents, which is funny because I can look at like my family and my mom and stuff and everything. The only thing my mom shaped my reality on is how to deal with the outside, like deal with the streets. We never talked about sexuality. We never talked about women. We never talked about men, anything like that, right? It was just, if this happens to you, react this way. This happens to you, you better react this way. You better not do this because this is not cool, right? So those things, right, it had nothing to do with anything, but it was just like, someone touches you, you hit them back off top, right? Which is, again, some people were like, no, it's wrong. You shouldn't be. That's how I was raised, whatever, right? I'm cool with it, but some people are not, right? On the same stance, too, my mom also, I said on this before, it's very controversial. She also, because we talked about that, My mom was the first person to tell me, oh, if a girl hits you, hit her ass back. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that, again, some people be like, what? Whatever, but my mom off top was like, if she wants to try a man, you know what I'm saying? You need to show her that she's not supposed to do that. But of course, my mom was never abused, right? But this is my mom, right? But of course, I had to learn from like life and like being like, an adult and everything. Like, okay, I get where she's coming from. She's talking about girls that you don't know and girls that just whatever. But I'm like, also
not your friend.
Not my friend, not like my girl, not my wife or anything like that. Not my mom. Like she,
Yeah, just that random person, like, all of a sudden you can argue.
yeah,
with them,
and then she wants to swing on you. She's like, swing back. I don't see nothing wrong with that and everything like that. Which I'm like, all right, cool, all right. But then, of course, that was not explained to me. You see what I'm saying? I had to interpret this and then go out in the world and be like, okay, definitely shouldn't
It'd be
hit.
funny if you go and ask your mom this. You're like, no, every woman.
Every
I don't
woman.
care.
Every woman.
If I swing on you, you
beat
swing.
my ass.
That's what I'm saying.
What have I taught you?
I
son?
believe in what I teach. Is what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, but so that's what I'm saying. So it's like there's things where they shape your reality to be like, okay, this is right. This is just it, right? But then I look at it too because you use the example of racism,
Yeah.
right? And you were like, if someone's racist, they teach their kids to be racist. That's them. I look at it too. Also, I'm like, okay, can the same thing be said about a couple that there's two men or two women and they're gay? Mm-hmm. If they raise their child to be different from what they are and everything, is that wrong?
To be like if they happen to have a straight child and they raise them to be gay,
right?
Is that wrong?
Right.
Well, yeah, it's wrong as the same way of like if your child is gay and you raise them to be straight. It's the same thing. It's just flipped.
Right. But see, I feel like...
Yeah, I know in today's society,
it's like, no, it's fine.
It's like that gay couple could do no wrong.
They can't do any wrong and everything like that. And I look at it and I'm like, see, this is where... Because I feel like I said, they blurred the line so much to be like, okay, if you don't agree with... Because basically, this article is just one huge narrative on, if you don't agree with Charlize Theron in the example that was given... that you must hate trans people, and that's how they placed it. They placed like Mario Lopez being like, it's dangerous for kids to find their gender early, and it's like he never said that. He didn't say that at all. All right, what he said was like it's dangerous for 3-year-olds for you to basically let them make decisions. Like that was his statement. All right, he's like that can be dangerous. Actually, that was his full thought. He was like, it can be dangerous. He didn't say it was. He was like, it can be because again, if you think about, all right, they said this, cool, but okay, what if they say, Mom, I wanna cut myself? So you just supposed to let them do it?
Hey, honey, you do that.
I mean, hey,
safe.
If you want to figure out what that feels like, like
be your truest self. If your truest self has the scar right there, go ahead.
Come on, man. Like we all did dumb shit as kids. The whole touch the stove thing, right? It's hot. You gonna touch it anyway, and then you touch it.
I still don't believe it. I still don't believe it's hot.
No, man.
I gotta touch it.
Then you want to try it downstairs?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's burn that shit.
Burn this fucking podcast. But
no, I don't like any group that like all of a sudden they're quote unquote untouchable.
Right.
It's just if you take away whatever, like, is it a verb, adjective, whatever, take away whatever they are and then just like it's a blank thing and it has too much power, do you trust it? Do you trust it if it has like an abnormal amount of power compared to everything else around it?
Right. Like you shouldn't, and that's
because you should question, be like, hey, all right, like God, it's hard because it's like I don't disagree with like the whole core thing, but it's that smug people, man, those smug ass people. I keep thinking of that South Park episode where like what's his name? His dad got a Prius, and like anytime,
Kyle's dad?
Yeah, Kyle's dad got like a Prius. Anytime like he would fart or anything, he would go. Like, and he was just like, so smug that like your fart smelled like insanely good to you.
Right.
So I keep picturing that kind of person.
And because for me, it's anytime I've had these conversations like outside of people like you and things like that, or like my girl and everything like that, I've had these conversations, and I feel like I'm pretty neutral about it, right? But like, prime example, right? At work one day, I said that I don't like fat people, right? I don't. Like, and it comes from a place of all like life examples of it, right? It's nothing like, I just woke up one day, I was like, you know what, I hate fat people.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it comes from like every person I've ever had an issue with in my life has always been fat. Like, I don't know why. And then I just don't know. But they've always been fat, right? So I don't like fat people. So I said this, right? And then my job lost its mind. They were like, what? Why would you say it? And I was just like, no, it's because of this, that, and the third. And I gave examples.
Because I feel like this is gonna come from what you just said.
Right.
If you said the same thing about, like, if you replace fat with black, is that still acceptable to say?
For me or for anyone else?
For you, for anyone else. Be like, hey, I don't like black because every bad experience I've ever had with somebody, they've always been black.
Yeah. See, for that, like I said, I think I told you before, because I had friends like that. Mm-hmm. It's acceptable my thing will always be, okay, now if you want to go by that, you got to keep that same energy across the board. All right, you can't be like, okay, no, I don't like black people because of this and third. Okay, cool, man, I understand it, fine. But then you're like, oh no, you're cool. No, fuck you. You just said you don't like black people. Fuck you. Like that's it.
Okay.
You know, like in the
So
same.
any fat person goes like, no, fuck you. Like,
Yeah,
like, all right, cool.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying. And then the saying, and then I feel like if you want to go that route with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that point, you then have to be mindful that you can't, like me saying that I don't like fat people, right? Which is it's really just me, like I'm being extra about it. But I made a statement like that to prove a point, right? So me saying like I don't like fat people, right? I should be able to expect if a fat person gets offended, I should be able to expect that and should be able to take that. Same way if you said someone says I don't like black people because every bad experience has been with black people, I'm like okay, cool, but you should expect now whatever if you say that to another black person, if they don't react a certain type of way, you should not feel bad. You know what I mean? Like if they react and they want to beat your ass, then that's just it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, like you can't regret it all of a
you
sudden.
can't regret it and be like, what? Like I told the truth. It's like no, okay, you told the truth. He didn't like it.
Yeah.
Now what?
He's telling you his truth with his fist.
So you have to deal with that,
Kicks.
right? If you can deal with it, I'm cool. Same way people always trip on about the N-word, and they're always like, you know, so you're saying a white person can say the N-word? I'm like, yeah. A, say it in front of niggas, and B, deal with the consequences.
Yep.
If you can do that, I don't give a fuck. You can do that shit all day. It won't bother me, all right? Because I'm like, if I decide to beat your ass over it, fine. You know, it happened, cool. But if you do the real sucker shit, which is you say it only amongst your friends, amongst people that you feel safe with, then when black people come around, you...
Wait, why did everyone stop saying the N-word?
And then, yeah, and then when they walk away, like... Yeah, nigga, that was crazy. You know, like, no, don't do that, man. Keep it a buck.
I mean,
all
that's
the way
what I
through.
do.
Like,
nigga. I've been practicing. See.
But yeah, that's the only thing I care about. But anyway, like me.
I mean, it's funny because like that the fat person thing that you're saying. I want you to explain it because to me it became like a theory. Like fat became not just like an appearance thing, but a mental thing.
Right.
It became like a new definition for me.
Yeah, because pretty much I said my reasoning for not liking fat people was, I was like, I don't like the complaints, right? Because a fat person, again, these are the people I've dealt with in my life, right? When every fat person I've dealt with for some reason or whatever, they would complain about their weight and their appearance, and they would cry, and they would bitch, and they would moan, right? And I'd be like, okay. Do this, do that, this, that, and the third, right? And then once I say do this, they wouldn't do it. All right? They would keep doing the same thing. But then they would still complain about them being fat or them feeling like people don't respect me because I'm fat or people make fun of me because I'm fat and everything like that. I'm like, okay, so wait. If I could slap you in the face every time I saw you, would you keep coming up to me or would you just stop coming up to me? Because you know that you're going to get slapped, right? So if you keep eating and doing all this shit, wouldn't you expect your appearance not to change? Like, why would you then, explain this to me. Like, why would you just constantly keep doing the same shit and expecting a different outcome or expecting that because you look like this, I'm supposed to not make fun of you or whatever, right? Because I'm like, that's not the world.
It's just like if I cry enough, then
be nice to me.
Pity. Yeah,
be nice. Which I'm like, the world don't work like that. The same way, it's like, I'm black every day.
It's true, I've seen it. Every
day I wake up black. So if I sit, which it happened today. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I walk by a certain person and they decide to, I had walked past this Asian lady crossing the street, and we were on the corner waiting for the light, but she turned and saw me. She backed all the way the fuck up. And I was just like, okay, whatever, right? I'm like, again, I'm black every day. What am I supposed to do? Be like, oh, fuck you. What you scared or something? You whatever, right? And I was like, all right, man, cool, whatever, man. Just keep going about my day. Because it is what it is, right? And that's how, like, you know, you got to be able to take both. But you can't then cry about some shit and then expect the outcome to be different. If you want to change it, do something about it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do something about it, then stop complaining. Stop telling me your problems. I don't care.
And you got to get away from, like, for people that are mad right now, you got to get away from, like, the fat word.
Yeah.
And just apply that to,
use
like...
to anything.
Yeah, to anything. To anybody that just is complaining all the fucking time about, like, how hard your life is and blah, blah, blah. And then they don't do nothing to change it. They actually feed into it. Like they'll be around the people that they complain about or whatever, bullshit. And then, but like I'm the bad guy for being like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it no more. Like you're doing the same thing. Like you're doing this to yourself.
Yeah, like, but again, that's the world because, it goes the same way I was getting persecuted in the office when I said this shit, right? I stuck my ground. I was like, no, I feel this way because of this, that, and the third. And they were like, well, maybe just don't say the word hate. I mean, like, I get it and everything. I'm like, no, I hate fat people. Like, it's
what
not
does it matter, though?
Like, what does it matter?
Like, dislike, whatever.
It softens the blow for you and everything like that. And the reason why I was getting this flag, mind you, was because all the people in the office were fat. And I was just like, hey, it's not a personal thing. I'm not saying that I hate you because you don't complain. I don't have an issue with you. Like, I don't care, right? But my issue is, I was like, if you're overweight and you complain, right? Or if you have all these, like, body issues and things like that, and you don't want to change it, then, hey, it is what it is, man. Yep. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear it. The same way, like I said, if I walked in every day and I said, damn it, I just wish I could grow my hair out, but I keep getting a haircut. It's like, okay, stop getting your haircut then. Yeah. Like, it's so simple, like, and everything like that. And I get it. People are gonna be like, it's not that easy and everything like that. I understand. It takes work. Life is work, though, right? All right. If you can work to get money, if you can work to put a roof over your fucking head, if you can work to feed yourself, you can work to also fix any problems you have, right? It's all, life is a complete work, all right? You have to work for everything. So I don't understand the point when people are like, no, this is so much harder and things like that. I'm like, people can get off crack before they can lose weight. I don't understand that. Some instances you can use crack to lose weight.
I know I do.
Like, that's what Mark does. But, you know, like, that's just my, I'm just using weight for my thing, but use it to whatever.
That's where the theory stemmed from. Yeah. It's a good theory, though, because it makes you recognize the really negative people in your life, and you could you could start with cutting those people off, because obviously they're never gonna change.
Right, and then like I said, I don't have an issue with fat people. You're fine, everything like that. But I'm using my example of it, because like I said, in my life, the people who were either the biggest dicks or the worst complainers are always fat. So that's why I just always put it there, because I'm like, you guys just, you annoy me, all right? But it doesn't know if you're fat. It's fine. I love you. Mwah. All right, you gotta love you.
It's gross, dude.
So I'm gonna get so many. You black motherfucker. Fuck you, bitch. You nigger.
It's funny because the other day I always call my boss fat just to fuck with him.
Nigger.
Yeah.
I walk in the house, I walk in the office, boom, nigger. He's like, nigger.
They're great. Now I always call my boss fat and everything, and then he's losing a little bit of weight and he's showing it off. I'm like, I was like, I hope you know you could be skinny as fuck. I'm gonna still call you fat.
It's life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna test your dedication to this. I really am. I'm gonna be like, nah, you still fat. I'm gonna really try to get you.
I see that 1% of fat on your body.
I'm gonna try to get you into the mindset that you fat, just to make you fat again. If you go back to being fat,
to make you give up.
I knew you wasn't with it. I knew you didn't want to go that route. You didn't have the dedication. You didn't have it. No, but that's fucked up. Don't do that.
No. But that's fun. I mean, he makes fun of me. It makes it seem like I'm really a bully. No, he makes fun of me a lot too. So I just.
Again, one more quick fat people story, right? So, the homie Jay, at one point was really big, right? So when we were in college and everything like that, me and Jay would shit on each other, right? We would be merciless to each other, right? But we would do it out loud. So we had these great bits for if I'd walk in the class and we start talking, he's joking around, and I would just go, "Can you shut the fuck up?" Super loud, right? And everyone would be like, "Oh my god," and everything like that. Or fucking, I would say something, and Jay would be like, "Yo, that's trash." Or he'll be like, "Man, you corny." And he would just say it out loud, and I'd be like, "You right." Right. You know,
for a long time, getting punked was hilarious.
Yeah, we'd basically just get punked, right? But there was so many instances. Every time I did it, people would take me serious, right? They would take me serious, and they would end up either feeling bad for Jay or looking at Jay oh my god, are you okay? He just does that to you and everything like that. But then every time Jay would do it, Jay would be looked at like no one would care. They'd be like, yeah, it's fine.
You don't think it's a little fucking condescending, a little bit fucked up that you're just assuming this fat person can't handle it? Like they're just gonna be so destroyed and like they need my reassurance.
And then I just never got it. I never got it because I was just like, wow, I'm the only person that like in this instance that doesn't look at Jay like
as a fat person.
Yeah, as how like these people would look at Jay in this moment, but because we're joking back and forth, or he's like doing this and everything like that, they're looking at him like, oh, like the biggest moment we were in a pharmacy class, and we had finished like some presentation, and then I had finished my part, and I didn't even throw it. Scratch that. I did something even better. So I finished my part of the presentation, and like a true heel, right? All wrestling, like a true heel. I walked over to Jay and I went like this with the marker to hand it to him. And as soon as he went to grab it, I dropped it, and I just walked off, right? And then, like, it was perfect, right? It was amazing, right? But I hand him the marker, doesn't grab it. I drop it. I walk off like ha 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 ha, right? And then Jay, of course, picks it up and looks all like, oh damn it, and everything like that, right? Mind you, when I do this, Jay tells me afterwards that after I do this, like the little front row of girls are like, oh my god, like, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how am I the bad guy in this when we're joking? I'm like, we've been friends all this time. Like
it's funny because like they have no idea that Jay was making fun of them for feeling sorry for him.
Right, and then of course, like I said, Jay would give me back. No one would care. No one would care. Like they would laugh and everything. I'm like, all right, okay, you bitch ass niggas. All right, I get it. I get a black man. Ooh, let's laugh at him, but. Yeah. Life. But see, so maybe I don't know, maybe we just are a little more tolerant because we take it as like, oh no, you're gonna get these jokes, but also we're gonna respect you afterwards. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's funny how we see more people as equal than like the people that claim to be so tolerant and progressive.
Right.
See other people, yeah. Because it does come off as elitist.
Right.
Like, I'm better than you because I think this way.
Right. And then I think that's the biggest thing why people just, like I said, at the end of the day, I feel like that's why they don't get like on board with these ideals, is because it's coming from people that they don't respect anyway.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if Donald Trump today probably said like, you know what? I love the gays. The gays are great people. They are really, really, really great
I'm pretty
people.
sure he said that, but it's always bullshit when it comes from him.
All right, but I'm just saying, lately he hasn't said no shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So if he said that today, right, I guarantee you, like, half them people that voted for him probably be like, you know what, he's right. He's right. Fuck it. You know, because you know, we like him. But it's a little different when freaking who's someone that's like super smug in my opinion. Oh, that one chick. Whoever that chick was that wrote and she starred in that one show on HBO.
Lena Dunham?
Yeah, the fat girl.
Yeah, Lena.
See what I did there? I went right back to it. I don't like it. But Lena Dunham, right?
She is a smug motherfucker.
She is super smug, and it's like,
so
why?
annoying, yeah.
Like, and then okay, this whole podcast is going off the rails. But let me just get back to my point with that shit. Right?
There never was any rails, man.
There was no rails, right? But then so in a show that had like a lot of very attractive women, which was fine, cool, right? Lena Dunham made it a personal thing that she was gonna be naked the most in all this shit, right? Which was cool, which was fine. I didn't care about that, right? Well, what I cared with was when she announced that she wanted to have basically the majority of the sex scenes, the majority being naked, because she wanted to show people that basically she wanted to like show body positivity and things like that and everything. I was like, wait. So you're sacrificing your like a big part of your show just to prove a point for yourself.
Okay, like what would be the correct way to do that? Because I have my way of showing like body positivity in the way she did.
For her, honestly, don't announce it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
See,
no one would have any issue.
See, I don't know if it's I don't need like because with her it's just like I'm gonna show these kind of bodies for body positivity, but really that's not the full picture. It's just like you have to have like a whole bunch of different body types in one scene, make it together and be like and everything's good here.
And that's where it
would be all like really, really awesome.
And that's where it came off as super smug because what would happen in the show, like if you guys watch the show, because I actually liked the show. The show was dope, right? So people were like, you didn't watch. No, I actually watched the show, right? The first season, all right, it was a good mix, all right. Second season, still a good mix. I think second season they also had Gambino on for a little bit, kind of cool. Yeah, but all right. It got weird. Third. I don't know if they had a fourth season, but third and fourth season, it's where it got weird because now everyone pretty much was like clothed except her. And I was like, okay, all right, let's go on the storyline. And then, like I said, that article came out where she was just like, oh, I'm trying to, show this whole, movement and be body positive for people like me and everything like that. And I was just like, whoa. What the fuck? It's like, okay, your whole thing was fine. Like,
yeah, but like, don't sacrifice the story.
Yeah, don't sacrifice that shit for that. Because I'm like, what the fuck? And also, my whole point to it was also, it's like, we didn't think you were, like, we didn't even think about it. I didn't think about it. When she was getting clapped out, I didn't think about, like, damn, she fat. I was just like, okay, she getting clapped out. I like this. I fuck with this. Like, yes. But now that you telling me, oh, it's because I'm fat, this is why I'm doing it. Now I'm looking at you like, get your fat ass up and stop doing that. What is wrong with you? Like, but that's what I'm saying, man. I feel like we don't think about a lot of this shit.
No, it's funny too because the way you said it, because it's like when we see people complaining and like trying to fish for like pity.
Right.
And they're like, and it could be whatever. It could be fat. It could be, I don't know, skinny. It could be fucking dumb, whatever.
Right.
Because we know what they're doing about like trying to fish for compliments. We make fun of them exactly instantly. For what they're like. Oh no, instantly. I'm not gonna give you this fucking fucking weirdo. There's people that are really dealing with this problem and like really having a hard time with it, and you're just making like just fishing for compliments, man. Fishing for pity.
You just shitted on one of our friends for having diabetes in the gym while he was working on trying to fix his diabetes. And it was because he kept talking about his diabetes. Like, that's what I'm going to do. Like,
that's exactly what I do.
Like, come on, man. That's what we do. And it's like, I get it. Some people, they could be like, hey, you guys are fucked up.
Yeah.
No, you guys are definitely like that. There's no need to do that. I understand. But we are us. And
we don't do this to strangers,
We don't. We do it to people that we know and love. Yeah. But also it's to make a point of like, hey, we know what you're doing. It's fine. We don't care.
It's not going to work on us.
Yeah, it's not going to work on us. Just stop. All right? Like, we don't care. And that was my whole issue with Lena Dunham. Yeah. Also, one quick story, one real life story now. There was my girl, she took pictures for this plus size model, right? She was her photographer for this plus size model. And the plus size model was a lesbian. So the plus size model had ended up inviting my girl and me and like a bunch of us to, she was having this birthday party at this club, right? So the first thing I asked my girl was, is the club a gay club? My girl was like, no. She said, it's for everyone. You can bring everybody and everything like that. It's cool. And I was like, okay, cool. So then I called my cousin and my cousin So I called my cousin and everything. So we all out here. We drive all the way to Hollywood, right? We drive to Hollywood. We end up at this club and everything. It's in like this hotel and everything like that. It literally was like some 80s shit because you had to go into the hotel. You had to like give like a weird little like passcode or whatever, right? And then they would take you like through like the kitchen to like this back thing that was the club, right?
That's dope.
I was like, oh, this is dope, right? This is cool. Until I walked in, right? So we walk in the club. It's like the 80s. It's dark as shit in there, right? There's like a couple lights. And like there's a whole bunch of smoke in the air. I've been in no clubs in my life that have actually had like smoke because smoke is not allowed in clubs, right? Unless you somehow
smoke or fog.
Smoke. No, like niggas was cigarettes. There was no fog.
Wow.
Like fog is different. Like, I know the difference. Like this was smoke, right? So they were all smoking. I was like, what the fuck, right? So I'm like, whatever, right? So we find a spot. The model comes over. She introduces us and everything like that. It's my girl, me, my cousin, Jay, and his dude. I brought them because the girl is a lesbian, and I was like, it's gonna be a good gay populace. I was like, I can finally get down with my guy in one of these situations and see how like he can, show me how it's supposed to happen. Exactly, right? So I was like, this would be awesome. All right, so we go, and she starts talking everything like that, and then me and my cousin notice we're like, we might be the only straight dudes in this establishment. Because we're looking around and we're like, okay.
It's like, all right, if anyone asks you're my boyfriend, it's you.
We should have thought about that. Yeah. But you know, my cousin being my cousin is petrified, right? So my cousin is like, he's only looking at me and like looking at the ground and everything like that. And I'm like looking at my girl and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, this is the okie doke. I'm like, no, fuck, like everyone in here.
That's hilarious. Because, you know, like, I'm pretty sure when she said, like, no, it's not a gay club. It's for everyone. I'm sure it is for everyone, but she forgot to mention, she's like, but it's mostly just gay people.
Bitch! Like, you got me! You got me, bitch! No, so we get in there, right? And, first of all, I just want to say that it was a bunch of women in there who were beautiful. But they were lesbians. Which was fine and everything like that.
I mean, I also had a girlfriend, so I couldn't do nothing.
No, but I'm speaking from the perspective of, like, my cousin, right? So my cousin's like, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, right? So when we realized that everyone in here is gay, we're like, oh, okay. So now I look at my girl. She's done talking with her friend. And I'm like, you said this place, like, wasn't a gay club. She's like, it's not. I was like, babe, look around. I'm pretty sure everyone here is gay, right? And for people who are like, oh, you guys are judging, like, no. Like, the guys that were in there, they were pretty open. Like, that's all I'm gonna say.
Assless chaps, every single one.
They were very open.
Like it was a uniform.
Very open. There was no like, oh no, this person's gay because they're here. No. There was none of that. They were very open. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to get flamed up by anybody. But they were very open, and then the women were too, right? And it was funny. My cousin, if you guys ever will see him, maybe he'll come on this one day. But he has braids. He has long hair. So my cousin, a girl thought my cousin was just like a butch girl. So the girl slides up to my cousin. She's like, hey, and my cousin's like, what's up? And he's not even looking at her. All right, because my cousin thinks it's a dude. But I'm looking at my cousin. I'm like, no, it's a girl. This is cool, man. And then I'm like, but then like I turn back around and like it hits me like, wait. Oh no! So then like, she's like, "Hey," and then he's like, "What's up?" And then he's looking whatever, and then she's like, "You come?" She's like, "Oh, like who are you here with?" He's like, "Oh, you know, my people." And she was like, oh, "Okay," and she's just looking at him.
She's trying to figure it out. You think she couldn't tell by the voice?
No, I think she really thought that this was like maybe it was a girl going through transition or whatever because she's looking at him like yeah, like you my type, and he's not even whatever, right? So then the girl, she gets like weirded out and she leaves because she's like, oh.
Wait, for really quick. In this scenario, you don't have a fiance. How far do you go with that situation?
Oh, we ready to train. Off top. She getting super flipped.
She's gonna live with this mistake.
As soon as we get to that hotel, I'm taking what the fuck?
What is this? What? Oh my god!
Is this a strap on? Like, yeah, it's a strap on. Off top. Yeah. Your strap on actually shoots out cum?
Very advanced.
I know it's one of them from Japan. Japanese strap ons. Them Jap straps, what they called. Jap straps.
Jap straps. TM. We're gonna trademark that.
Made by Mattel. So yeah, pretty much, you know, I turned to my girl and I'm like, yo, this is all gay people, and she's like, no, it's not, and I'm like, I'm telling you, it's all gay people. So then her friend, the model, comes back. So she asks her friend, I'm like, ask her. So then her friend's like, oh my god, I'm so glad you guys showed up and everything like that. And then I'm like, oh yeah, you know, we were gonna come through and support and everything. She's like, yeah, you know, I wanted to have like an all queer party. And this is awesome. And I was just like, oh, like all queer party. So then I look at my girl. I'm like, and then my girl's like, no, she's like now trying to make eye contact with me.
Yeah.
And then she brings up Jay. So she's like, you know, it's so great that you guys. I'm like, yeah, you know, like best friend, like known him my whole life and everything like that. And she's like, wow, really? And then she was like, I was like, yeah. And then she was like, so like you were cool when he came out? And I was just like, yeah, it was like an adjustment, but you know, still my boy and everything like that. She was like, wow. She was like, honestly, she was like, I've never known people in like the black community to be so cool with that and everything like that. But for me, I was just like, why, like why judge me though? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
so she had already prejudged you?
yeah, she prejudged me, but I'm pretty sure if I prejudged her and everything like that, and like not showing up, whatever, she would have had an issue with that.
Yeah.
Right? But like that whole thing went back to my point of like, I don't know if these situations, like certain people really want like that whole going back to like an older podcast, they want like that inclusion thing. I feel like they
Yeah,
just
like they're
want,
always just looking for a fight.
yeah, like I feel like they just want what they want and that's it. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, she clearly wanted what she wanted, which was to be around all gay people, which was fun. That's her prerogative. It's her party. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's like when you say that those are your intentions and then you invite people who aren't gay, it's pretty much like, okay, since you're here, you have to be comfortable with this or you're a problem. And it's like, but then it's like, okay, if you know I'm not this, why invite me anyway? Or, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't know. I just look at it like, as like, you know, I guess if someone is lactose intolerant, would you give them milk?
Yeah, I mean,
Even though
I would.
Yeah, but
I'd
yeah,
give milk,
yeah,
it's
but
funny.
like even though you like milk, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But someone's gonna be like, it's not the same. Lactose intolerance and being gay, which I'm like, I'm just
Well, both aren't a choice.
like, yeah, they're not. Yeah,
You're just born that way.
but
I feel like there's like every community needs those people that are always willing to fight.
yeah, definitely.
Man, there needs to be a balance.
Yeah, there's got to be
You
like,
need to start recognizing like not everything has to be a fight.
yeah, and then like there's room for conversations. There's room for like debates. There's room for like understanding. Not everything has to be like, oh, you don't agree? Suck my dick.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Like,
Unless it's funny.
unless it's delicious. But real quick, you got anything else you want to talk about, Equifax or Capital One? I don't really care.
I don't care about it. I like where we took this actually.
Yeah,
this
just
was
went-
not planned out, and
Nope, they never are.
we
guys.
found our way.
They never are
Eventually
planned
found
out.
our way.
We literally sit on these couches beforehand, and we go, "You got a topic? Yeah, let's talk about this."
Unless
All right,
something
cool.
major happened, we
Yeah.
don't talk about.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, cool. We turn the mics on, and then we just riff. We riff for however long we can go.
Welcome to our minds.
Yeah, so you guys think this is all professional? It is. Keep believing that. But hit them with the plugs then. Screw it.
You can find us on youtube.com/howdoiknowyou. You can find us on Spotify and iTunes and Google Podcast. #HDIKY or How Do I Know You. Both those work. Please follow, leave a 5-star review, all that good shit. Really helps us out. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter. HDIKY1.
Yeah.
And now it's a picture of us. Yay, no
Yay.
more hippo. I kind of miss it. I miss the hippo.
I like the hippo,
Me too.
but it's gone now.
Let's go. Oh, and then you can find mine everywhere at Mr. Lucky005.
And then on Twitter for me at DC Junior 13, and then on Instagram at DC Junior BFSB. Continue to subscribe on iTunes. All the 5-star reviews have been great, been awesome. Continue to follow us on Spotify. We're on Google Podcasts. Thinking about Stitcher, not too sure yet.
Do
Thinking
let us
about it.
know.
Thinking about it. We'll see how the numbers pan out. But good thing.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys know. Our first week of podcasting, we hit over 1,000 listens. So that's thanks to all y'all. You know everything. So that's been super dope. We appreciate everything you guys are doing.
And we really want the numbers to keep growing because, again, we've always been transparent with you guys. We want to get paid doing this.
Yeah, but it's not even. I guess it's not even just the whole like we're trying to get money for us because it's really not for us. We're trying.
to reinvest.
To reinvest into this to do even more stuff. But also, here's something that I want to kind of start doing. You guys like the episodes we do with like Manny or Adelpha or people like that, right? Or like Shy Player and things like that, right? Start adding us. Let us know who you want us to talk to, and if you can, you know, get their attention on us. Like, make them have a conversation with us about whatever. It doesn't matter. They can be freaking trans, a white supremacist, a freaking I don't give a shit. All right,
The only thing I really care about is they're level-headed.
Right, and they're
I don't want
willing,
those extreme people because you can save that shit for TV.
Exactly,
Like,
and they're willing to have a conversation and everything like that. Then we're all for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you gotta start adding certain people that you feel like would be great on our podcast. Let them know about it, and then hopefully we can somehow make a connection and get them on here and everything like that. Because I feel like we do pretty well when we have the guests on or when we're unfiltered. I think people like it for some reason. I don't know why.
It's a very safe space.
It's a safe space here, but
A true safe space where you can say what the fuck you want.
You can go off, man. Go off. It don't matter.
Stand your ground.
That's all we care about.
Explain yourself.
At the end of the day, though. At the end of the day, if I don't know and you don't know,
who really knows?
And how do I know you? Thanks for listening. All that cool stuff. And last but not least, I feel like our anniversary is coming up very soon.
Yeah, maybe. We gotta look back into it.
Yeah, I want to say this started in October, and we're in August officially when you guys are listening to this. So we're 2 months away. So also, it's another thing I want to bring up really quickly. You guys have any ideas for an anniversary show? Do not say bring Manny back. Don't say it.
Let get us to 1,000.
Yes, or freaking let these podcasts we do with him breathe. How about that? How about go back and listen to those a lot? All right, can't just keep bringing them on and talk about random shit. All right, I like to make.
He's a busy person.
Yeah, these need to mean something, not just some whole like, hey, the fans want to see you again for the 8 millionth time, Manny. Like, jeez, man, guys, kill me with that stuff. It's like every day. Hey, when's Manny gonna come back on? Can you get Manny and Adele fucking you? It's like, I feel like if they wanted to talk, they would have a podcast. And they would just kind of do it. Not you guys ask us to tell them to come on this show. And then you guys want us to question them on stuff that we don't really care about.
Stop using us like this.
Stop using us, please. All right?
Without supporting us.
Yes. Let them be when the time is right.
I mean, you know the deal. We get to milestones and
we might bring them back. Like let them breathe, and then when the time is right, they'll come. Okay.
I like this treasure bag. We're waving in front of them.
But it's like I don't
want this.
I don't want to make it that. I just want them to get on board with us and just please, we get it. All right, we know them. It's cool. They're really not that entertaining. Let's be honest, guys. Come on, seriously. We make the show. We make the show, all right? Jeez.
Watch them start a podcast and just shit all over us.
Yeah. Welcome to How Do I Know Two Dumbass people.
Ruin their chances.
Nah, but it's
a long ass title. I don't think it's gonna work.
It's gonna work though. The fans gonna love it. HDIKY,
Too long, man.
Two dumbass, DA. But no, they're great. But please let that breathe. These interviews, I want to go down in history one day when freaking hopefully we get huger and Manny gets even more girthy. That they'll one day mean a lot more than what they mean now. But they mean a lot now. Yeah. But hopefully they're like those interviews where it's like this is where we really figured out the real whoever, But let's go.